Ye freaking hi. So we are here at Richie Crampton's shop because on that last pass, or on the only pass that we made today, I had noticed as I pulled out the spark plugs, I didn't show all you guys yet because I wanted to fix this and see where we were going to be at, that it had one nipped plug and on the number 6 hole. But it still had compression, the lash was right, so I knew it wasn't seriously hurt. So we knew we were coming to Indianapolis, and I said, well, screw it, can we go to Richie Crampton's shop because he probably has air conditioning and a hoist, and I don't feel like sweating nuggets off trying to work underneath the car. So we drove the car 230 miles? 239 miles with what I thought was a broken piston. Doesn't have a broken piston. But what it is doing is it nipped that plug because it was, well, I don't know yet. I haven't thought about that hard. So let me think about that some more. But obviously the only thing that it actually did was it pinched this ring. And when it pinches this top ring, then it can't control oil any longer. Even though it's a compression ring, it'll lose compression, makes all sorts of blow by, but then it really makes the second ring unhappy. And so what it does is it oils. So it sends oil up into the combustion chamber, which makes it detonate, which makes it nip the plug. So it burns the plug off of there. So we put a new plug in it. We drove it all 238 miles over here so we could fix it here. And that's what we found right there. So just has a pinched ring, which normally isn't too big a deal. I mean, I could fix it if I didn't have a spare piston, but we're just going to put a spare piston in this thing. It's like midnight. So we're going to be jamming this thing back together. So Kyle's here helping me. Thank you, Kyle. Everybody else is here.
Yeah, it's only 11:46.
Yeah, everybody else here is just eating pizza and drinking beer and not helping all that much. But I still appreciate it. But we did figure out Phil figured out the laptop, which is a big deal. So I had left the laptop on top of the car, and we drove off without the laptop, and then somebody ran over the laptop, and it had the only race tune that we had for the whole car. So it was near catastrophe. So Phil managed to save the whole thing, and you picked up the computer and trucked it all the way over here for us.
From the side of the road.
Beretta guy.
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Or John.
John, otherwise known as Beretta guy. So, very thankful for that. Very thankful for there. Actually, I'm thankful for everybody handing tools and Richie for letting us use the shop. And so we need to get this back together so we can get like 2 hours of sleep tonight before we start this whole ordeal over again. So this is, everything actually looks really good. And we'll just put a new piston and ring set in this thing. And I think we'll go 597 tomorrow. Got the new one. A little dirty for my hands. Then we will bang this thing together, right, son? Mm-hmm. Well, not bang it together. Put it together gingerly, quickly, correctly. Rock and roll. I got the pan off, yep, so it should be going pretty quick once we get it there. Looking for a tapered ring installer. New piston in the hole.
Who just wants to go sevens?
Kyle.
Oh. Yeah, that may be sixes, that may be fives. I remember that shit.
So, we're all together. It is 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock in the morning. And the next great big problem shines its head, which is the headers were broken and the little star in the center of it actually came out. So it had like about a 2-inch hole in the header and about a 4-inch long crack on both sides. So Richie is stuck here helping to fix this, and you can see the gap that all happens there. So engine all done. Now we're working on headers. Oh, and we had throttle cable had been hitting on the header and had completely locked up as it stopped here and cooled down. So another throttle cable too. So I think I'm pretty sure we'll just be leaving right from here to the strip, Lord willing. That big gap right there is when everything is all together and where it's supposed to be. That's probably still less leaking than what it had as we've been racing it.
Well, 6 a.m. Everything's all together. Just backing her out to